Welcome back to Sage 50 Mastery, the definitive guide for aspiring accountants and financial professionals. I am thrilled to continue this journey with you. I am your instructor, bringing over 10 years of experience in teaching accounting software to aspiring accountants and financial professionals across the globe. My commitment is to make these lessons clear, simple, and accessible for everyone, regardless of your background or experience level. For today, we will be diving into Lesson 3, Module 1. And today's lesson is on getting started with Sage 50. By the end of this lesson, you will have a solid foundation to confidently navigate the Sage 50 interface and also set up your first company. Before we get started, let's take a look of the objective. Our first lesson objective for today's lesson is that by the end of this lesson, students will be able to install Sage 50 on their computer by understanding the system requirements and following the installation steps. Objective 2. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to navigate the Sage 50 interface confidently, identifying key features and tools that will be used frequently. Lesson objective 3. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to set up a new company in Sage 50, including entering basic company information, selecting the accounting method, and customizing the chart of accounts. To sum up this, the whole overview of today's lesson is to cover 3 essential steps to get you up and running with Sage 50. And by that, I mean system requirements and installation. So in a few seconds, we will go through the necessary system requirements to ensure your computer is ready for Sage 50. Then I will guide you through the installation process, step by step, so you can set up the software smoothly without any issues. The second aspect we'll look into is navigating the Sage 50 interface. Once your Sage 50 has been installed, I will walk you through the Sage 50 interface and we will explore the layout. You will understand the key components and learn how to navigate between different sections of the software effortlessly. And lastly, setting up your first company. This is the final moment we are actually preparing for, which will take us to the software in detail. And in regards to that, I'll be guiding you on setting up your first company in Sage 50. And we will cover everything from entering basic company information to configuring essential settings that will set the stage for efficient and accurate accounting. So, at this juncture, let's get started. To start with, we'll begin with system requirements and installation. Now, before diving into Sage 50, it's crucial to ensure that your system meets the software's requirements. This is a step that will save you from potential issues down the line. But to give us a clearer understanding on this. Let's first of all talk about system requirements. You must know this, that Sage 50 requires a Windows operating system, preferably Windows 10, above or later. You will need a minimum of 4 gig of RAM, though 8 gig or more is recommended for optimal performance. Additionally, ensure you have at least 2 gig of free disk space available in your system. This is the system requirement. For installation, once you're ready to install the Sage 50, you are to download the Sage 50 installer from the official Sage website. So Sage has a website. You go over there to download the Sage 50 installer. Or if you have a disk, you can as well insert the installation disk into your system. Then you run the installer and follow the on-screen prompts. During installation, you will need to select the type of installation, whether it is a standalone or network. Standalone means you want to use it on your own computer only. Network means you want to map it across other systems. But the one you will be using because of this training, you'll be using it on your own system only. That's for your single computer setup. Once you've understood this, you are to complete the installation. You just have to follow the prompt messages you will get on your system. Part of it includes accepting the license agreement, choosing the installation directory, configuring your firewall settings if necessary. And once it is complete, you have to launch Sage 50 to ensure that Sage 50 is installed correctly. Now you'll be wondering, sir, for this lesson, which Sage do we use? Do not worry, okay? This lesson is, this is a course that you have paid for. So I will be sharing the software with you now, right here on the screen, and I will guide you on what you have to do so you have access to your software. And as regards that, please take note. The software we are using is Sage software for students usage for education purpose. So you have only 14 months period to make use of it for free. After 14 months, the software will be restricted. Take note, if you need a software you want to use permanently, you have to contact Sage so you can purchase the software license, whether it's for 3 users, 5 users, 10 users, above, depending on your company or your requirements. Let's go to how we can install Sage 50. So please, I need you to look closely. You will see a write-up here that says below is the Sage 50 accounting software. Please download and install using the serial number. So when you're installing Sage, Sage 50 will ask you for a serial number to activate the Sage 50 product. So this is the serial number you're going to use. You have it because you have paid for this course. So what you have to do is for you to type in this link. This is actually a link to your software access. So type this link into your web browser. Maybe you're using Microsoft Edge, or you're using Mozilla Firefox, or you're using Google Chrome. Any of them can go. All you have to do is to type this so you can have access to download your software. This link is from our institute, Miramar. So we have granted access to those who have purchased this course. So please carefully ensure that it's correct. Where you have uppercase, maintain uppercase. Where you have lowercase, maintain lowercase. Where you have symbols, maintain them, like your colon, other type of characters like your double slash, drive.google.com/file/d/1qvru, uppercase, AI, lowercase, T, uppercase, then this number 3. Then you have your uppercase PU, then your lowercase d, uppercase X, lowercase a, uppercase arrow, uppercase X, lowercase m. Then you have your number 4, then uppercase M, lowercase e, lowercase u, uppercase S, uppercase M, uppercase B, lowercase I, uppercase M, uppercase E, uppercase T, lowercase k, uppercase W, uppercase H, uppercase E, your slash, lowercase v, lowercase I, lowercase e, lowercase w, then your question mark sign, then lowercase u, lowercase s, lowercase p, your equal to sign, then sharing. Sharing, the word should all be in lowercase format. So please ensure to do this. So right here, all I'm going to do is to also do same, like I have said. So I'll copy this now and go straight up to my Google Chrome so I can have it here. Okay, so once I'm here, I'm going to paste it and then I hit my enter. So the moment I did this, you noticed what? It brought us here. I hope you can see. It brought us to a new screen. And what we have here is no preview available. Then you have your download, up. So any of them you want to make use of, you want to use the download down here or the one at the top, any of them is perfect. So you hit on the download button. Now, the moment you click on download, it brings you to this new page. On this page, you will now see the Sage 50 file, installer file, and also showing you the size, 418 MB. 418 MB now means it's part of the requirement. So you have to now check your phone or your network, your Wi-Fi, whichever you're using, to ensure that your data you have is up to that that gig or MB. Okay, so it's always good you have up to a minimum of 1 gig. So that's because when you're browsing the internet, there are other part of your system, there are other features that actually usually sucks out your data. So we should not just come here with 500 MB. No, it might not work because by the time you access the internet, maybe 1 or 2 files from your Windows providers might have done an update or upgrade and would have reduced it. So ensure you have a minimum of 1 gig. Okay, so once you have that, come down, click on this option, download anyway. Do not worry when it says Google Drive has detected issues with your download. This file is too large for Google to scan for viruses. This file is executable and is not harmful. Okay, it's not a harmful file. This is always the predefined write-up it brings when you're trying to access files that are not yours. So click on download anyway. So once you click on download anyway, you will now find out that it will start to be downloading. Okay, so once the download is complete, go to your download folder, go to your System File Explorer, locate your download folder. So I will come to my System File Explorer, click on my download folder. Then I will see Sage 50. Can you see it? Sage 50 2021 version is what we are using. Okay, due to the student access. And it's the same interface you get for even what you use or what they use in companies is the same interface. Everything is the same. So when you come over here, okay, you then begin the installation. Okay, so don't forget what I said. So you come, double click on it 2 times. It then brings out this new screen. On this screen, you will see destination folder. Now, the destination folder talks about where do you want your Sage file to be saved, to be stored. Okay, so by default, it will be in your C drive. See, this is C drive, your local disk C. So when we are saying C drive, it means that destination folder, maybe I want to copy this file. I'll have to go to my local disk C. Then I will see a file named Sage, a folder named Sage. I then open it. I think that's straightforward. Okay. So to avoid long process, ignore that stage. Just proceed. This is okay. So click on install. Once you click on install, if you have used Sage before, maybe you've downloaded Sage product before, you will have this message here that talks about, would you like to replace the existing file and all of that? So you say yes to all. But for those of you who do not have Sage installed before, you won't have that, okay? It will go straight to the installation progress. So that's something you have to take note of. All right. So as regards this, like I said, during installation, you will need to select the type of installation. So get ready while we do that selection now. But before that, you will receive another prompt message on your system that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Choose yes. Then once you do that, it will then bring the install shield wizard. So you have to now exercise little patience while that wizard loads up. Once that wizard is done loading, you then see another new screen pops up that says, welcome to Sage 50 Accounting. This wizard will guide you through the installation of Sage 50 Accounting. Before you begin, we will recommend that you turn off your antivirus software during the installation of Sage 50. So if you have any antivirus software, at this point, go and turn it off. After you've installed Sage, you can on it back. Also, install on the server first if you plan to run Sage 50 on a network for multiple workstation access. Now, what this means is for those of you who wants to use Sage 50 maybe in your company, okay, organization, you must install it on a particular system. So there must be a system that it will be installed first. It's from that system, the network will then be distributed to all other systems. So that second option explains that perfectly. So once this is clear and good to go, you come down, click on the option next. Once you click on next, you will then have this new screen that talks about thank you for choosing Sage. Okay, I am sure you have seen that on your own screen. So you come down, choose I agree. If you recall, I told you that there are certain prompt messages that will be coming up, including accepting the license agreement. So this is it. So you have to come down here, choose I agree, and then choose next. Once you do that, exercise patience and wait. You see the next screen pops up. It says firewall settings. To ensure that Sage 50 installs and runs correctly, turn on the firewall software. Enable alerts. When prompted, allow or unblock Sage 50 and actions and Sage 50 database. Configure firewall. So if this box is unchecked, please tick on it so Sage can configure your Windows firewall to allow Sage to install, because this is important. If it is not configured, then it won't be possible to be installed. So you have to take note of this. So once you're done, you come down, click on next. Now, the moment to enter the serial number I told you is here. So inside here, we have serial number. You then pick the serial number here. You can see it's 830FF. So come here, say 830, uppercase F. Okay. Then we have this colon dash and 95A1. Colon dash 95A1. So we'll do the same here. That's dash dash 95A and 1. We'll also go back. We'll have dash F6B1. So also come here, we'll say dash F6 and B1. Then we'll do the same EE2A, EE2A. So also come here, we'll put our dash EE2 and A. So once this has been done, you come down, click on next. Once you've clicked on next, you will then have this new screen that talks about single computer or network. Recall, when I told you about standalone, that during installation, you will need to select the type of installation. So these are the type of installation we have. You are now to choose the standalone or network. So most of you starting out will choose standalone for a single computer setup. Okay, and you can see it's stated here that single computer or network. Will this be the only computer running Sage 50? If this is it, you say yes. If it is not, you say no. Sage 50 company data will be shared to other systems, maybe in other offices and all of that. We then need to now do that setup. That means to be accessed by multiple users, but not this very one. Okay, this one don't give you that privilege for multiple users to have access to it. Though you can learn how to add users, but if you want the license file that users can actually have access to, then you have to purchase the license for that for multiple users. This is not for multiple users. So you come down, choose yes for the first option and click next. Once you do this, it will now bring you to this screen. On this screen, add the Sage 50 shortcut. This should be ticked. Let the shortcut, let Sage 50 appear on your system desktop. You need it to appear there. So anytime you want to access it, you can access it. Okay. Then add an icon to the quick launch toolbar. This is also perfect. So it will be there for you to quickly access it. Okay. Sage 50 will be installed on the following locations. So take note of your C drive, program file folder. That's where you find Sage 50 file. Same goes with Sage 50 data file will be located at C drive, Sage folder, Peachtree company. You'll see it there. So once you're done, come down, click on install. Once you click on install, to now bring you here. Now, for some of you, it won't bring you here. If this is the first time you're installing Sage 50, you won't have this. This is referring to the fact that I have Sage 50, previously. Okay, so it's asking me if I want to do a kind of to overwrite, okay, the existing one I have. So I will say yes. I'll say yes. So, but for you, you won't have that. So once this stage is done, you will find out that the installation we kickstart, and you can see how it's running. We're in step 2 already of the installation. So you just have to be patient while Sage loads up. Okay, I think it's done. So once complete, you then have to launch Sage 50. You launch it to ensure that it is installed correctly. So I'll show you that shortly. Setting up shortcuts. So you still allow it, this is step 3 of 3. And we're almost done installing Sage Payroll Sign Wizard. Okay, so here we go. It's complete now. Okay, so like I said, once it is complete, you have to launch Sage 50 to ensure it is installed completely. So you tick on Start Sage 50 Accounting. That's how we launch it. You come down, click Finish. Of course, you can see it says installation completed. So you click on Finish. Then you wait for it to come up. And here we have it. coming up. So it's about the time we move to our next sub-lesson under the same lesson 3. And what's that? Let's see what it is to round up this session. So our next sub-lesson is on navigating the Sage 50 interface. So now that Sage 50 is installed, let's take what I will call a tour of the Sage 50 interface, understanding the layout, okay? Because when you understand the layout, it will make your work more efficient. So let's go to Sage Environment. To start with is what we call the home window. Now, when you first open Sage 50, you will see the home window, and this is your central hub. It shows you different navigation. Areas like customers and sales, vendors and purchases, inventory and services, employees and payroll, banking, payment center, and more. Business status. So this very navigation area that shows you all of this acting as a central hub is what we call the home window in Sage 50. Secondly, when you are navigating the Sage 50 interface, the second feature you need to take note of is what we call menus and toolbars. Menus and toolbars. To find this, you need to look at the top of this window. You'll find out that when you look at the top of the window, it includes the main menu and toolbars. All of this. It provides quick access to commonly used functions. So what you have to do is to familiarize yourself with options like file, the file option. Familiarize yourself with options like the edit, options like list. Go through each of them, familiarize yourself with them. Familiarize yourself with options like maintain. Familiarize yourself with options like tax. Familiarize yourself with options like analysis. Options like options, reports and forms, services, window, help, live chats. Now, the number 3 interface you must understand when you are navigating the Sage 50 interface is what we call the navigation centers. Navigation centers. Now, you must know that each section within Sage 50 has its own navigation center. For instance, if we come to the customers and sales, in this customers and sales section, you will find shortcuts. Look below. You'll find shortcuts, for example, shortcuts like sales invoice to create invoices. You want to manage your customers' information. Shortcuts is here, customers and sales tax. You want to generate reports for your customers. So there are always navigation centers for you. Same you can also do. All you have to do is to go through all of those navigation areas I made mention of earlier. For instance, to manage your customers' information, you have to right-click on customers and sales tax, then you will find this list of options here. So same goes with vendors and purchases. You'll find shortcuts. Inventory and services, you will find shortcuts in each of these sections. You want to receive inventory, you want to create your purchase order, shortcuts. Before we round up this subsection, the last feature you must take note of when understanding how to navigate the Sage 50 interface is what I call customizing your workspace. Now, you can customize the appearance and layout of the Sage 50 interface to suit your preferences. This includes resizing the window, adding or removing shortcuts, and adjusting to improve your workflow. Now, the shortcuts I mean at this point is the shortcuts here beneath it. Okay, you can see here we have sales invoice, receive money from customer, bills, pay bill, customer list, vendor list. So when customizing your workspace, you come over here. Okay, so you'll find out shortcuts. You'll see your settings option below. You can also make use of that. So then customize the shortcuts. All you have to do for those features you would need, you have to select and choose the add a shortcut. So you'll be able to select which shortcut feature do you want to add. So this concludes this session. Don't forget, for navigating the Sage 50 interface, I mentioned first that you should take note of the home window, And like I said, that the home window here you're seeing default, the home window. I said that the home window is your central hub, showing different navigation areas. Navigation areas, look at them here. These are the navigation areas. Okay, so it shows you the different navigation areas like customer, sales, vendors, purchases, and all, and many more. Then I also talked about what we call the main menu and toolbar at the top. Okay, so all of these are important for you to take note of them. So try to go through, practice, and ensure to take the quiz. Every lesson comes with quiz questions. So please try to attempt them so you perfect this. So next, within this same lesson, we'll be looking into setting up your first company. Let's go. All right, so we are up. So let's see how we can set up our first company. Setting up your company correctly is a crucial step as it forms the foundation for all your accounting activities in Sage 50. And this is the reason why you must listen attentively. So to start up with this, we go to a wizard. Here in Sage 50, we call the company setup wizard. It is that wizard that will guide you through entering your company's basic details. You ask me details like what? Details like the name of your company, the address of the company, the fiscal year, start date, and other information. Let's do this together. So here we have the company setup wizard. And like I said, the wizard will guide you through entering your company's basic details. Details like the name, the address, and fiscal year start date. So when you have installed your Sage 50, when you open your Sage 50 file for the first time, this is the first screen you get to see. Please take notes. After installation, when you open, there will be a prompt message that talks about 14 months, students, and all of that. So click OK to proceed. Then you get here. So when you come here to set up your first company, you click on the third option called Create a New Company. Now, what do we mean by creating a new company? Or when someone says you're setting up your first company, is actually what we call financial record. Okay, so every organization have their financial record. So when you're setting up a company file, let me use the word company file. You're setting up your company file, meaning the financial record for that organization. As everything will now be done here. Okay, so take this as an electronic file, an electronic system where you have to keep your records. Okay, so let's go. So what we are going to do here, like I told you, that the wizard will walk you through. It's actually a wizard. So you have to provide the basic informations that are all here: company name and address, business type, accounting method, cash or accrual, accounting periods, fiscal year. So you come down, click on next. So for this, let's provide a name for this company. Let's say the name of this company is Miramor. Okay, so we'll be using this Miramor company as our case study all through this training course. Then there will be other case studies for you to practice. So for the company name, Miramor, address, you provide all of that, your city, state. So even when you are trying to do it for your own company, ensure to provide those informations, the phone number, the fax, business type. You also have to provide company's business type. If it's a partnership business, a sole proprietorship business, corporation, transfer company, limited liability company, you provide them. Okay? The federal employer ID, state employer ID, unemployment ID. So for some of you in your countries, you might not have information like this, so you can ignore it. For federal employer ID, you can provide, for those in Nigeria, your tax identification number can come in here. Others, ignore. Okay? Any information that is not applicable to your jurisdiction, your area, your country, ignore it. Provide your website, your email address. Once you're done, click on next. And it brings you here. Now, on this very screen, you are meant to select a method to create your company. So what you must do here is to choose whichever method you want to use. The first talks about using a sample business type. Sample means templates. What it means is that Sage 50 have already designed templates based on certain business industries. So it means you want to copy, okay? You want to copy a template for your own setup. The second talks about copy settings from an existing Sage 50 accounting company. So this is when you already have an existing company file and you want to use same templates for the new one. Third talks about convert a company from another accounting program. We have many other accounting programs like QuickBooks, SAP, Tally, ERP, Zoho Books, Manager.io, a lot of them. Okay, so if you want to convert a company file from such systems, then this option is for you, or from also a Sage system, this option is for you. Build your own chart of accounts, which is the last option, is the option that is preferable for everyone because you're meant to build your own chart of accounts. You have to set up your chart of accounts. The chart of accounts is essentially the backbone of your company's financial data. Sage 50 offers several templates depending on your industry, like I said. If we have chosen the first option, use a sample, and I click next, you find out that on the next page, Sage 50 provides several templates based on different industries. So since you want to copy a template, you will then scroll down and look for an industry that suits your own industry, or an industry you find to be cool to you. Then but what you should take note of is the fact that for every industry, for example, chemical manufacturing company, let's assume you are setting up for your business that is a chemical manufacturing company. You should also take note of the chart of account that you will meet in Sage 50 after your setup. And they are here on your right-hand side. You can see them. So Sage 50 offers you several templates depending on your industry. For chemical manufacturing company, if we check the chart of account, you see petty cash, cash on hand, regular checking account, which is a bank account. Now, if you compare that with an automobile dealer, if you go down, you find that at some point there are similarities and there are differences. Check that of the construction company. You're seeing cash on hand, checking accounts. So if you keep going, work in progress, whereas this work in progress may not be available in some other accounts. Okay, for example, is that of these that have to do with the auction gallery, architectural company, all of this. So Sage 50 offers all these templates depending on your industry. What you have to do is for you to customize these accounts to match your specific needs. And that's the reason why, if you ask me, I will say, instead of going through the stress of re-editing, I prefer you use this, the last one, build your own chart of accounts. Okay, so select that and click next. The next we have here talks about choosing an accounting method. Choosing an accounting method. Now you'll be prompted to choose your accounting method, either cash basis or accrual basis. Okay. For most businesses, accrual basis is recommended as it provides a more accurate picture of your financial position. So this is it here, accrual, cash, accrual. Select accrual and move with next. Choose a posting method. How do you want to post your transactions? Is it on real time as they occur, or by batch? By batch means bulk transactions. Maybe you want to post them twice every week and all of that. but it's best everything goes on real time. So select real time, click on next. Choose an accounting period structure. What's your accounting period structure? You have to also indicate this here. 12 monthly accounting periods per year. This is the option. Accounting period that do not match the calendar month. This is the option you choose. Okay, so we'll go with the 12 months and then we click on next. Choose the first period of your fiscal year. We say January, whichever the month is, you select it. Select the year, okay? And then click on next. You are ready to create your company. Then you click on finish. It brings this again that you can use this company in the student version of for the next 14 months, like I told you. So you click OK. And then you wait for it to load up. So you have just completed setting up of your first company. So I must congratulate you for doing this. Okay, so let's open Miramor file. Okay, so now that we have done this, you'll find out that setup guide will pop up. Come at the top or beneath, you see close. Click on it. For messages that comes up that you do not need to appear again, tick on the box that will appear after you click on the close option that do not display this message again. Okay. And welcome to the Sage 50 environment. Here, everything is blank. So one last thing I always say is the aspect of configuration. Configuring key preferences. So finally, you will set up essential preferences like your company's fiscal year. We have already done that. The tax code and other configurations relevant to your business operations. So look into this in line with the lessons we have, and the rest assured that you will become an expert here. That concludes lesson 3 on getting started with Sage 50. You should now feel confident in installing Sage 50, navigating its interface, and setting up your first company. In the next lesson, we will delve deeper into managing transactions and using Sage 50 to handle day-to-day accounting tasks. Don't forget to take the quiz questions that comes after each session. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Remember, mastering Sage 50 is a journey, and each step you take brings you closer to becoming an expert in this powerful software.